What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday, April 2nd. Let me just say this before I get into this today's episode. I just want to say congratulations to General Hospital for surviving on television network for 50 years. That is amazing. To be on network TV for 50 years. That is something I admire. Out of all the years, and they've dealt with a lot of horrible writers, and yet they still stay on air 50 years. That is amazing. That is a milestone. It's a huge accomplishment. That's something to really be proud of, to be on network television for 50 years. That's 5 decades. You know what I mean? That is 5 decades. That is amazing. Huge accomplishment. I applaud and I salute General Hospital because you know what? I am amazed by that. 50 fucking years on television. That's amazing. That's something to really give a standing ovation for. And I hope they last another 50 years. God willing, they will last another 50 years. I pray for it. I hope they do. So congratulations to GH, to all the cast members. Congratulations. So let's get into today's episode. I loved it. I loved today's episode. I loved every second of it. It was amazing. That's how you celebrate 50 years. I liked it. I loved it. Audrey Hardy, it was good to see her. I don't know what the hell happened to her face, but what is with all these older soap opera these soap opera actors and actresses with all this plastic surgery? I just don't get it. Why fuck up a good thing? And their faces were so beautiful before they did something to it. I don't understand, why do they do it? It's pointless because, but I love Audrey. I love Audrey Hardy. It was good to see her come back to the hospital that her husband was the chief of staff. It was his 50th anniversary at the hospital, which, like I said, is a milestone, something to be proud of. Hold on one second. Yeah. All right. Sorry about that. Anyway. That's fucking amazing. You know what I mean? Audrey, it was good to see her. She was with her step granddaughter Elizabeth. And I happen to agree with Elizabeth. Her family is pretty scattered. Her sister is out of town or out of the country. Her brother is in prison in Memphis. Their family is very scattered. I think a lot of families on this show are scattered. A lot of them are. They're very scattered. Everybody's in different countries, different states, and no longer a part of Port Charles, which sucks because a lot of them were pretty damn good characters. So I'm going to miss a lot of them. Anyway, moving on. Luke, Laura go into the room where they thought was Lulu, but long and behold, it was Ethan. I'll be damned. Ethan. A lot of you said Ethan was coming back because you want to know what? I haven't read anything or did anything that said that he was coming back. So I was a little surprised, because a lot of people tell me that he's coming back, but I don't believe things until it actually happens. So the fact that it happened, I'm happy because you know what? It's been about a year since we seen Ethan. It's good to see him back in the fold. It was damn good to see Ethan. I'll tell you that much. Ethan was always one of my favorites. Ever since he came on the show back in 2009, he's always been one of my favorite characters. It was good that he finally met Laura. And I loved how they talked and, because Ethan was born during the time Luke and Laura were married. Remember, he had an affair with Holly Sutton, who happens to be Robert Scorpio's wife, which is his current wife, because they never got a divorce. But that's how Ethan was born, because of an affair that Luke had with her during his marriage to Laura. So, it was good that Laura is not bitter about how he was born. And, that's good that they talked and, they got You know, they're nice to each other. That's good. So Luke and Laura and Ethan got locked into the room because of Helena. They're trying to figure out a way to get out of there while Ethan was telling them how he got kidnapped. So apparently Lucky is no longer in Ireland. He's in Africa now, doing something with children. So he allowed Ethan to stay at his place in Ireland while he was in Africa. And that's when Helena showed up and kidnapped him because she thought he was Lucky. She went there to kidnap Lucky, but caught Ethan, so she got him. And then Helena, the dragon lady, brings her old washed up ass into the room with her goons and bring Luke, Laura, and Ethan out to the deck to kill him, apparently. And apparently she got the best of Dante. I don't know where Dante is. She must have got him captive somewhere. So she was gonna shoot Laura. And I agree with Luke. Like, all Helena keep doing is talking about her devil kids, her little spawns, because of the fact that they're dead. I'm like, if you want to shoot anybody, shoot Luke. Luke was the one that killed him. Luke was the one that killed your son and your devil ass husband, Mikos. I'm not saying that she should shoot Luke. I'm just saying, I mean, if you want to be upset at somebody, why be upset at Laura? She didn't kill your kids, and she damn sure didn't kill your husband. Luke did all that. So what are you pissy at her for? Helena's fucking crazy. So now she telling Laura, I'm not going to shoot anybody. Laura's going to shoot him. This heifer is dumb. Helena is crazy. Moving on. Patrick talks with the brand new interns at the hospital, you know, telling them the history of General Hospital, the 50-year history of GH, and Epiphany. You know, they're all standing around talking with the interns, and it's good that they got some new nurses and doctors in there, you know. Hopefully they're not psychos. And it was so funny when Epiphany was like, okay, back to work. And then she looked at him and was like, back to work. I was like, Epiphany is the shit. I love Epiphany. Anyway, so at at Monica's house, Monica was telling Tracy to get out. And then that's when Alan appeared. And then long and behold, Emily appeared. One of my favorite Quartermaines, Emily. I love Emily, and it was so good to see her because I had no idea they were going to bring her back for a while. I didn't know that. It was so good to see her. And the reason why they came down was because they want to broker some peace between Monica and Tracy. Because Tracy claims that her and Alan always despised each other kids, which is so far from the truth, because Alan actually did care about Ned and Dylan. He didn't hate Ned and Dylan. Those are his nephews. He didn't hate them. He loved them. But I hate how she loved Alan so much, but yet she talked so much trash about his son right in front of his face. That's so fucked up. Like, you're disrespecting his son right in front of his face. Seriously. And then Rick Weber showed up. The old bastard. Rick Weber showed up. And you know, Emily looked at him with hate in her eyes, which I don't blame her. And he and Alan finally brokered truce between each other, which I think is cool because, I mean, you're both dead. So, I mean, why keep hating each other, you know? So it's about time they call it they let bygones be bygones, which was cool. Emily told Monica and Tracy they should hug and that they should hurry up because God is waiting, and because she had to go to the hospital to go see Nicholas. So Monica and Tracy hugged, and then, you know, Alan, Rick, and Emily disappeared, and Monica was like, so now we're sharing the same dream. She was like, what the hell is in that relish? So now she think that they were drugged or some type of state because of the relish. I'm like, well, that may be Lila telling you something. Moving on, Carly and Jax. Jocelyn came downstairs to see her father. He gave her a tea set, which was nice because, of course, he always brings Jocelyn a gift, an expensive gift, of course. You know, Jocelyn's a daddy's girl, of course, and that's his only child. So, of course, he's going to spoil her, which I love. So Jocelyn went upstairs with her tea set while Jax and Carly talked. And long and behold, one of the reasons why Jax was in town was because him and Carly are not officially divorced, which is ironic because I remember when they were engaged, they took so long getting married and now they're taking so long getting a divorce. I was like, ain't this ironic? So officially now they've been married. Well, when they supposedly got divorced in 2012, they were married 5 years. Now they've been officially married 6 years because of 2013. They're still legally husband and wife. And you want to know what's funny? How ever since Todd Manning left the show, Carly has not even mentioned his name. She's made references to Todd, but without actually mentioning his name. How she said that she broke off her previous relationship without mentioning Todd's name. Just to throw that out there. So she was telling Jax that maybe it's fate that they should get back together. And Jax was saying that the good outweighed the bad between him and Carly. But the thing is, if the good outweighed the bad, how come y'all getting a divorce? So obviously the good didn't outweigh the bad outweighed the good. And I agree. Carly talking about something. How could we have let things come in between our marriage? And Jax was saying we didn't let things come in between our marriage. Sonny became in between our marriage. And I so agree with Jax. Sonny was mainly the sole reason why they were getting a divorce in the first place. Every time they had problems, majority of the time Jax and Carly had problems was because of Sonny. She could not let go of her ex-husband, which was the problem between her and Jax. So I don't blame Jax for wanting out of that marriage. He can't deal with it, He was, it was just crazy. So he tells her, she was telling him they should get married again. They should stay married and give their marriage another chance. And Jax was trying to tell her no. The reason why he found out that they were not legally divorced was because he was engaged. And he told her he was engaged to Brenda. And I saw that look on Carly's face. Her jaw just wanted to drop. Because she cannot stand Brenda. And now Brenda is about to become the stepmother to her daughter. Moving on, Sonny and Brenda. Okay, now this conversation between Sonny and Brenda was very intense. They were talking about Robin and how much they loved her and how long they've known her. And Brenda was telling Sonny about the letter that she wrote him when she left town 2 years ago, when she left him. But remember, when he was in that messed up state, remember he stopped taking his pills for bipolar disorder? He ripped up her letter and never read it. But according to her, the letter said that, they needed time apart and that eventually she hopes that when the dust clears and everything dies down, that he could come to Rome with her, to be with her, so that they could work on their relationship. So Sonny never read the letter. So that's why she sent him the divorce papers, because he never came to Europe to try to be with her. So she thought it'd be better if they just got a divorce. I felt like personally, it was not a good time for Sonny and Brenda to get married in 2011 because they were just on completely different pages. Sonny wanted her to stay in Port Charles. He wanted, them to have a blended family, with his kids, her son. But Brenda had other intentions. She wanted Sonny to leave the business and move to Europe with her and Alec. But Sonny couldn't do that, and I understand why. Because he has businesses in Port Charles, and he has kids in Port Charles. He has a whole family in Port Charles. He just could not bring himself to leave his kids. And that was a problem for Brenda. And I think the biggest problem for Brenda was Carly. Because Carly would just barge in Sonny and Brenda's house whenever she felt like it, claiming that she wanted to talk to Sonny about the kids, which was just a dumb excuse because it was not ever always about the kids with Carly. She just wanted to kind of break up their marriage a little bit. And Sonny just basically let Carly do whatever she wanted, telling Brenda that Carly was always welcomed in the house and that he's not going to tell her she's not welcome near because she's the mother of his kids, which was all BS. So Brenda just couldn't take it. I understand why she left. You know, she had a son now that she had to put forward. I think Brenda could handle Sonny's criminal life, you know, his mob life. But the difference was she had a son now. The ball game changed when she found out she had a son. She cannot put his life in danger. And Sonny could not convince her that he could keep her son safe. So she ain't had no choice but to leave. Initially, she didn't want a divorce. She just wanted them to be separated for a while and figure out what they wanted to do with their marriage. But it led to divorce. And now she tells Sonny she's engaged to Jax. And I could see it on Sonny's face. He wanted to throw that glass that was in his hand. I could tell, because the woman he loved is marrying his enemy, a person that he despises. And he's hated Jax for years. Him and Jax always fought over Brenda. And then they always fought over Carly. And now they're fighting over Brenda again. So I can understand why he's upset. But still, y'all both moved on. You're with Kate now. And I could tell when he got back with Kate at the end of 2011, he was not over Brenda. Kate was more of a fallback plan for him. Until Brenda at least came back or something, because I'm pretty sure he's still in love with Brenda, just like Carly is still in love with Jax, and it's apparent. And I think Jax still loves Carly, but I'm kind of happy that Brenda and Jax are getting married, because they never did have a fair marriage back in 1996. Because remember, their marriage was short-lived because he was still married to Miranda Jameson. Remember his first wife, he was still legally married to her. So him and Brenda's marriage was invalid and they never got married again. So I think they deserve a fair shot at marriage. But I ultimately believe at the end of the day, she belongs with Sonny. I love their relationship because they've been through so much over the years to be together. But I just felt like 2011 was not the best year for them to get married because there was a lot of shit going on and they were on two separate pages. So eventually I'm hoping that they will reunite one day, but I just want her and Jax to kind of see where things can go between the two of them and get a fair shot. So anyway, like I said, I love this episode. I loved everything about this episode. And I will see all of you tomorrow because I'm pretty sure all hell is going to break loose between Carly and Jax and Sonny and Brenda. I'm sure of it. So I will see all of you tomorrow. Have a great day.